Hello everyone, and welcome to what is going to be my first ever Watcher of Realms video. These type of games are not exactly foreign to me, however, since I have quite extensively covered Raid Shadow Legends, of course. So in today's video, for the first ever one, what I want to do is I actually want to go ahead and cover my top 5 champions on my account. These are basically going to be my favorite champions, the champions that I get the most use out of, the champions I use in the most areas, the best kits on them, all that sort of good stuff. It is worth noting that I'm kind of at the mid-game section of this game, so I would say take my opinions with a grain of salt. If you have any tips or anything like that that you noticed I might be getting wrong, leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear it. I'm still fairly new at this game, so first one I'm going to hop into, however, is going to be Nyx. Nyx actually was my first legendary champion. She has very good reviews kind of across the board as well. A basic overview of her kit: she's going to attack one enemy dealing AoE damage equal to 120% attack, and she prioritizes airborne units, so automatically a pretty good champion doing an AoE on the A1. After attacking an enemy, deals AoE damage equal to 75% of attack 3 times for 30 seconds. So this ultimate can do some really good burst damage if you have her built out well. I'm definitely going to be calling them champions, by the way, because I think it's a little bit silly that they're called heroes, but I come from Raid, so I'm a little bit biased. When detonating multiple bombs, increases blast damage by 20% and a blast radius at the same time. And then her spinning blade, the dagger, will return to the caster's hand, dealing AoE damage equal to 70% of attack to enemies on the path. So overall, a pretty decent kit here, just very, very damage based. As you can see, she is a piercing champion as well. In terms of gear I have on her, this is how her overall stats are looking right here. Only about 13k attack. Like I said, I'm still in the mid game. I don't have the best gear quite yet. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But I absolutely love her. I use her pretty much everywhere in the game that I need just damage. I'm using her in arena, clan boss, pretty much everywhere. She's a fantastic looking champion as well. Like a very unique, very cool look. Her ultimate looks pretty good as well. Overall, a fantastic champion. Next up is actually going to be Valeria. This champion is very much like Nyx in the way that she comes in if you just want hardcore damage, as well as somebody that can stay alive. So A1, she's dealing 105 attack to one enemy, just a single target hitter. Ultimate, she deals damage, so her damage gets 120% boost. Each attack consumes 10% of her HP and regenerates 1 stack of power of the sword, which can stack up to 8 stacks. Power of the sword means that burst damage to the main target increases by 50% with each stack after the skill ends. The hero cannot be healed during this skill. When the skill ends, she deals 440% burst damage to the main target and 4 targets around them. Her plunging slash smashes one enemy within 2 tiles ahead, dealing 300% damage, inflicting vulnerability. During the ultimate, each attack reduces plunging slash's cooldown by 3 seconds. When she drops below 30%, she restores 3% of her HP per second, and she triggers the following effect instead. During the ultimate, the hero enters the unyielding state upon taking fatal damage and dies immediately when the ultimate ends, which can be triggered up to 1 time per deployment. And she reduces her cost in the arena by 4. So overall, a fantastic champion. Since she has the unyielding, you can use her in something like Guild Boss when they're doing the big smashes. She'll stay alive, keep your run going. You can deploy the rest of your heroes. She does a lot of damage in arenas, a lot of damage basically everywhere, to be honest. This is how I have her built out. As you can see, pretty poor stats on her in all honesty, but she still absolutely destroys people. It is insane. She is one of the top damagers in my team, like pretty much every time, regardless of where I use her. It is absolutely crazy. So lucky to have pulled this champion. I don't even have her fully skilled out yet, but as I get skill crystals, I'm definitely going to be doing that. The rest of the champions on the list are actually going to be epics. So if you're a free-to-play or a low spender like me, so I am absolutely free-to-play. I have not spent a single cent on this game, and this is my roster so far. The next champion I want to cover is going to be Vortex. I don't know how loud their voice lines are, by the way, but hopefully not too loud. So Vortex is a healer, and a fantastic one at that. There was a section here where you can go to like tell their range and whatnot. I don't exactly remember where that is. Let's see if I can find it here. This guy is an absolute beast when it comes to healing. Like, so that's his heal range. I think it's one of the biggest in the game. It's the biggest of the champions on my roster, that's for sure. So he has HP-based healing to one ally in range. When his basic attack heals in excess of the target's HP, the surplus healing is converted into a damage-absorbing water shield equal to 120% of the healing, which lasts for 10 seconds. During the effect of Moisture, the hero can heal one more target, so Moisture is his ultimate, which increases the healing multiplier by 45 for 20 seconds. When triggered, he restores HP equal to 10% max HP for all allies in range, and if the heal amount exceeds their max HP, it gets converted into a shield instead. This guy is absolutely fantastic. I will probably be 6-starring him at some point. He's only 5 stars right now. That's all I've needed so far, but you can place him down in Guild Boss. He heals basically everybody. You can place him down in, you know, the gear raids, and he's healing basically everybody. Just an absolutely fantastic champion, mainly because of his range. Next up, I'm actually going to have Muriel. Muriel. She is a fantastic champion, in my opinion. I think we get her for free, too, if I remember correctly. But overall, she has decent reviews as well. The reason I like her is because she helps to bring sustain for your team. So she deals damage to one enemy. Every 8 seconds, the next attack grants defense-based healing to one nearby ally with 100% healing multiplier. And then her ultimate increases defense by 50% for 20 seconds. During this period, she grants defense-based healing to the ally with the lowest HP in range per second with a 70% healing multiplier. So not only is she able to tank and keep herself alive, but when she is, you know, using her ultimate, she's keeping other people alive as well. So absolutely fantastic champion. I highly recommend her for, you know, anyone that needs a really good tank in the game. These are her stats so far. Need to get a bit more defense on her, considering that's what the healing is based on. And then the final champion actually is going to be Brienne, however you want to say her name, the blind archer, or at least the archer that's covered her eyes to make it more interesting, I suppose. Attacks with 110% damage to one enemy. Airborne units are prioritized and take an extra hit, so that is insane. You're basically just getting a double hit each time on airbornes. Every 6 seconds, the next arrow shot splits. The main arrow deals damage equal to 155%, while each of the side arrow deals 125. Airbornes take extra damage. And she shoots 6 waves of arrows on her ultimate, each wave attacking up to 5 enemies and dealing 150% AoE damage. Airborne units take extra damage. So, fantastic for, I think it's Gear Raid 3, is it? Where you're attacking all of the airborne units and you're not using any melee units or anything like that. She's absolutely fantastic for that, and she's helped carry my team through that so far. She can do really, really good damage as well. This is how I have her built out so far. Pretty decent. Something I've noticed in this game is there's not a whole lot of crit rate that gets built on champions. Like, crit rate is far harder to get, it seems, than in something like Raid Shadow Legends. Granted, I'm still in the mid-game, so my gear isn't the best yet, as you can see. But overall, this champion is absolutely fantastic. I use her probably just as much as any of the other champions I've mentioned on this list. Let me know down below what you guys think. If you have a favorite champion that I might have snubbed here, let me know if there's anyone in this roster that you see that you think is fantastic and you think I should be using that I might not be. I will say I plan on building Demos for my clan boss or guild boss, whatever it's called as well. He seems fantastic for that. Or, of course, any sort of, you know, single target damage. So he's definitely on the list as well. Maybe he'll be in the next video like this that I make. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.